Welcome to another live edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studios. Thank you so much for watching us on this 94-degree day. It's a hot one. I hope you're cool and you're having something cool to drink, whatever it may be. This is a family-friendly show, so we won't talk about alcohol. But you have a good night, and I'm doing a special championship softball edition again, 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to have the Coach of the Year, Heather Scott, for this great softball team that was undefeated. So we're going to do that. But first, I'm going to do my little promos. As you know, I'm Al Levine and the Talking Machine, and we'll start up with our promos. All right, let's see what my man Connor can do here. Olive Oil's Pizzeria, Hillcrest Shopping Center, 412-831-1900. They sponsor our show. Thanks to Frank Fanera, the XL Pizza, pepperoni's delicious, steak hoagie cut in 6 portions because it helps feed our interns here. And they have great Italian food, salads, even desserts, and they make soup that I've had before, great wedding soup. I'll suggest that. And if they have Italian ice, we need a bucket of that here today because it's hot. So make sure you check them out. Just a great place to go, Hillcrest Shopping Center. All right. Another 501c3 profit. We end each show with Stay Joey Strong. Poor Joey Fabus died at 9 years old to dreaded brain cancer, DIPG. We honor him each show by ending with Stay Joey Strong. His family, that's the second child they lost, and they started the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. They do a lot of events. You can donate as little as $1. Check out their events. You can help. They do donations and try to sell different things. They have a 5K 1-mile run at the high school. It'll be September 12th this year. For the first 4 years, I did the 5K 1-mile run. We filmed it at Superheroes. I interviewed as many as I could, and it's their biggest fundraiser. Look forward to doing that show again, so check us out that day. It's a great day, and it's a lot of fun. Another 501c3 right here in Bethel, the Bethel Park Historical Society, Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, 2600 South Park Road. You can't forget or miss that red trolley sitting right out front. For us old timers like me, we remember seeing that and riding in them in Dormont when I went to KO. That's a little shout out and tease to my guest. We'll find out more about Heather. But yeah, they do a lot of great things there. They have a great library with all the yearbooks. They put all new windows, all new roof, new cupola where they have the bell that was at the high school. It was originally at this 1905 schoolhouse, which has all been redone. And they got a new bell at the high school. So you can check out all these things. They have an artist there. They have they have a dance studio there. And they do a lot of events. And they have a great tea place that's known as Reginald's Coffee. I get my loose leaf green tea there once in a while, and they have fresh roasted coffee for all you coffee connoisseurs. I recommend them highly, and I think they're open from 7 to 2 each day. So check them out, and tell Matt and Julie I said hi. Next up, a lady contacted me, Kathleen Miller. She heard about my kidney transplant, and she thought I could help. So on my show, she has a 17% kidney function. If she gets down to 15 where I was, she'll need a kidney transplant. So she's looking for kidney transplants, and she's a very nice lady, lives on Boyce Road at Friendship Village. And you can go to the website. It's called livingdonorreg.upmc.com. And if you want to try to donate a kidney, which a lot of people know they can do, and if they're in good health and they match, we got a deal and we can help save Kathleen's life. So look forward to finding out information there. Next up, I'm on a 501c3 record here. Another one, BPCF, the Bethel Park Community Foundation, has grant money for you. Any group in Bethel Park doing great things with our community and the people here, there's from $100 to $5,000 available for you. I'm also one of the trustees for the past few years. Get an application again at bpcf.org, and you can get an app and see if we can get money to you. We've given out $1 million in 25 years of existence, so we give out $100,000 to $200,000 a year for local organizations and groups. So check it out. Thank you very much on that. Next, Dave Cable, the director here, likes to have a little fun. You all know Uncle Sam. He put Uncle Al on there. There's my smiling face. Tell them Uncle Al Levine, the talking machine, wants you for BPTV. We have Connor on camera. We got Nick in the audio and sound and video. We got Dan in there too. And they're both putting all this together so we look great. And look at how this looks on camera. What a great shot by Connor on camera. And he was on a hiatus, 2-week hiatus, and he just came back from vacation just to be here and maybe sneak a couple cuts of pizza. We'll have to see. All right, enough of that. I got to get serious here. I interviewed 2 star players of the Bethel Park girls softball team last week, Sandra and Delaney. They were great guests, and they talked about this great coach they had. Here she is, Heather Scott. Can you tell a little bit about yourself? Welcome aboard to Pittsburgh Sportsline, and congratulations. Thanks for the trophy. I love my trophies, and nothing but good about you.
Thank you, first of all, for having me on. You know, my background a little bit is...
just give us a little one.
Fine. I'll just be quick. I played, 3 sports in high school. Started with volleyball, basketball, softball, tried tennis. Coach told me not to play anymore. So my 2 main
When
sports...
did you start? Since we're getting into this, I'll start a little interview here.
Okay.
All right? Because it's in depth with what you told me.
I know it's not as young as these girls today, so I'm going to have to say I was probably about 9 years old when I started playing softball and basketball.
I understand.
Yeah, basketball is a little bit younger. My uncle coached at Our Lady of Loretta, so he coached all the McConnells.
Can you mention his name?
Sure, Bill Egan. He coached the McConnell girls at Our Lady of Loretta, and he used to let me come down and practice with them. So that's where I learned basketball.
And my dad was friends with the McConnells and Coach Tim McConnell. We refereed for him, and he knew Susie well and the whole family. Yeah,
matter of fact, Mike McConnell was our head umpire at the Whippeal game. So that was
kind of
cool.
See, we got connections here, folks.
That was a cool. I knew right away it was a McConnell. They all resemble each other. So.
Yes, and they're good athletes.
All good athletes.
Look at TJ in the NBA still.
TJ, and Maddie played at RMU, and the sisters, Susie played at Penn State and played in WNBA. So it was really cool to actually get to practice with Maureen and stuff like that.
And you learned so much, right?
I did. And now, honestly, that's kind of where, after going to him, I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. I think I'm going to, continue on. And again, I don't think I had the work ethic like the players I do today, but it was a little different back in the day too. You played 3 sports, and now it's a little different. So.
I'll share this with you. I'm older than you, of course. I'll be 65 tomorrow, but my sisters had to follow me in sports because there wasn't any sports for them to play.
Right. Yeah,
they had dance to do, but that was about it, or gymnastics.
Yeah.
And so they were left out, and they're all sport. They believe black and gold. They love sports. Yeah. And whether they lied or not, they liked watching me play.
Yeah, I mean, my dad played softball. Actually, I was telling you, he signed up to play softball 2 weeks prior to his passing. So,
sorry to hear that.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, he played, and he was a big part of my life. So,
we'll go on with the transition of sports.
Yeah, so then I played in high school, and then I played at Edinburgh University.
Oh, you went to Edinburgh?
I did.
Okay.
I played softball. I played outfield for Dan Gerlach. So that's kind of my. And
I like dropping names on shows because Pittsburgh's so connected. I call it 2 degrees of separation.
That is true.
Who knows you and who knows your family?
Right, exactly.
And I end it there.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. And after that, I graduated in '94 of December, and I got my first coaching job in January. 2 weeks later.
Why did you get into coaching?
I'll be honest. My Uncle Bill, and then with the basketball, and then I had an awesome coach out in Arizona where I lived in high school as well. I went to McClintock High School prior to moving back to Pittsburgh. But Kathy Quinn, I know she's obviously not watching, but she's in Oregon now. So
guess what? You can share this video to anybody because it'll be on YouTube forever.
Yeah, I just loved her coaching style and just how intense she was. And, we used to have to hold her down with towels because she was like, back then you couldn't stand up. So,
yes.
But I just really liked her coaching style.
And you learned from her.
I did. I learned a lot of life lessons because, sports is more than just the talent. You have to, as a coach, you got to teach life lessons.
Coach, let me interrupt you. You're preaching to the choir because I tell everybody with what I learned in sports helped me so much in life, working at the press for 36 years in Post-Gazette and doing sales on the side. I just learned that you got to learn what system it is and follow through.
Exactly.
The follow through is the key thing in everything.
It is.
And practice.
Exactly. I mean, I know some of my kids would tell me I'm pretty strict, for the field, but like some of the rules, you got to be there 15 minutes early. I mean, I learned that back in the day with, Kathy, and she always said, if you're early or late, that whole saying.
My dad gave me that.
So, yeah.
If you were 5 minutes early, you were late.
You were late, exactly. So I mean, I still run it that way. The kids have
Good
to
for
be
you.
there 15 minutes early and, that type of things. And like carrying equipment, their parents aren't allowed to carry it. It's their job. So, but that's kind of my quick background.
I appreciate strong women like you that can tell kids no.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to raise my kids like that with what goes on in general.
Right.
Go by the rules and play your hardest.
Yep.
And you'll get better.
Yeah.
That's what I always enjoyed coaching and being around my kids.
Right.
Seeing the start of the year and the end of the year.
Right, exactly.
And look at the end of the year you had here.
Wow. This year was amazing. I mean, it's been 12 years I've been a head coach, so.
Okay. Thanks for that background. No question asked.
Yeah, 12 years as head. I was 3 years as an assistant there, and then prior to that, I coached at South Park Basketball, which we won Whitfields in '98 as I was an assistant to Dom DiMattia.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, so to have this group of kids, I mean, their freshman year, I knew that was a special group. Right. Missing last year, honestly, we had 2 seniors that really missed out on.
It's so sad.
I think we would have been there last year. I'm going to be honest.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Or very close. I mean, it was just a talented group. But this senior group I had this year, I mean, the 8 seniors, they just really stepped up and they were mature and they got along on and off the field, which truly that makes a difference. I've had talented teams,
yes,
but never this tight.
No, it's nice when they bond like that. I've been on teams that did bond. Like, we still meet with my team from '74, football team.
Okay.
We still meet annually.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean,
and we have that connection. We were a tight group of players.
Right.
Keystone Oaks didn't have the best teams, but we had a great core group of players. And you understand the core.
Absolutely.
And then I like when coaches put in the younger players and try to get them acclimated. Just a little. You got to give them a taste.
Some of my younger ones got a little bit of a taste. I mean, I had, between juniors and seniors, I had 12 that were varsity.
Oh, really?
And then at the end, like for playoffs, I dressed another junior. I had 1 sophomore and then 6 freshmen that kind of got to experience the the Whitfield Championship. So hopefully they learned something from the older kids.
This is the first ever at Bethel Park.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm honored to have an 18-0 coach on my show here that won a championship here.
I appreciate that.
I'm all about Bethel Park.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, it was a
We're
blast.
so proud of you. When I heard about it, I was looking to find out about interviewing both teams.
Yeah.
And here I get a call that my director wanted me to.
Yeah, okay.
So I did a special edition last week for that, and they were great. You're doing great here. Do you want to say hi to anybody, like your daughters or anything?
Absolutely. I'm going to give a shout out to my oldest, Gianna. She actually is one of my assistant coaches, which is cool. And then my youngest is Dominique, and, she's
a good one, too.
She's a great one, too. And she was there at Cal U for us when we won. So.
Well, we won't tell Smokin' Jim. He's a Cal U guy.
Oh, okay.
He won't tell us what year. He's a man of mystery. He was a great running back and got hurt his senior year.
Oh, wow.
He was captain of the team, but we don't know what year. We guess.
You guess.
Yeah, but we can sort of figure it out.
He's a little older than my daughter then, probably. She's a junior at Cal U. She'll be a junior
You might
at
be
Cal
able
U,
to put them both together and not add up to him.
Okay.
Just between us.
I won't tell him.
And Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have an older brother, Ross. He lives in Texas, and my older sister, Beth, which she followed us the whole entire way
great.
as well, which was awesome to have her at
She can
CalU.
see this trophy live.
Yeah, absolutely. But she followed us throughout the year. Her and
That
my
is so
youngest,
cool.
they were at CalU, and I know my mom would have liked to come, but unfortunately,
And
was
do you want
unable
to say
to.
something to your mom?
Hello to my mom.
There you go. We cover family here.
Exactly.
It's a family-friendly show.
Yep, and I appreciate that. And I have a younger brother, Todd.
I'm glad you fit that in.
Yeah, my
you.
younger brother actually graduated from Bethel Park. So
what
in
a small
93.
world
Yeah,
here.
so he's out near Philly, in Chesterbrook. So
we won't hold it against him being in Philly,
That's
just
what
so
I
he
always
doesn't like
say.
the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly.
If he likes the Eagles, we disown him.
He's a Pittsburgh guy. His
He
son,
bleeds black and gold.
He does, but his son likes the Eagles, so I give him a little bit of slack when they come in. So, but we'll forgive him.
Yes. We don't have jails in our stadium, so we understand that.
Yeah,
Not to get too particular. Do you want to tell me what your favorite game was during the season?
Oh wow.
Or if the last one was, tell me that.
I'm going to be honest. Probably that last game
That's what I was thinking.
that was absolutely the most.
What were your thoughts going into it, Coach?
We played Kennebec twice before, and you know,
your girls told me.
Yeah, it's always tough to beat a team 3 times.
Yes, I follow the NFL, and they hammer it into us.
Exactly, and the first time we played Kennebec, we won 18-4, and the second time was 9-2, I believe.
They did tell me that.
Yeah, so the third time, at Whitfield, with the rain delay and that, I was watching the kids, and they take care of themselves, really. That's when I say maturity level, it's truly a mature
The two
group.
you had, Sandra and Delaney, were very mature. Sandra
Absolutely.
could handle herself on everything. Delaney was a little quiet and subdued, but I had her talk a little bit.
Yeah, Delaney's she's probably one of our quietest players, actually. But
I could tell.
She's our second baseman, and she just went in and did her job. I mean, she's not flashy or anything like that, but she got the job done. I mean, she didn't barely have any errors this year. I mean, between her and Reagan, I want to say there may be 7 or 8 total for mid-infield, which is pretty.
That's rare.
Very rare. I mean,
I've watched sports and played it for years, so I know.
Absolutely, and so Delaney she held her own, and she hit well at the beginning, and I know
she
she
told
said,
me,
yeah, she
you
said,
heard.
I did watch the interview.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, absolutely, and sorry I missed last week, but I was in sunny Florida. So.
Hey, Florida. I wouldn't be here except, well, maybe now I'll stay in the air conditioning.
So,
no, but that's great. So you like that, and Sandra's performance, that was the last game?
Yeah, that was the last game. After she hit that grand slam.
How impressive is that?
I mean, that just changed the whole tone. I mean, as I said, after waiting 2.5 hours to play, and then she gets up in that first inning and cranks a grand slam. I mean, the bench erupted. I've never seen this many fans at one of our softball games, especially.
Sure.
And I mean, the student body was awesome. I mean, there was a group, and then looking out in the outfield, I mean, the parents and other players.
Just great.
It was just, what an experience. And I know the Kennebec coach, we actually kind of became friends.
Oh, that happens.
And in years past, we weren't friends, but, she said, Coach, congratulations. But she said, think about this. There's people that coach out there maybe 30 years and never win a Whitfield.
Yeah.
So, that to me was like, it was awesome, so shout out to Michelle. So
it is. Coming from a sports family, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
My dad refereed championship games in the City League and other Whitfield games too, all over the Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So I got to be with him as a little kid.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see that.
Yeah, just to follow and but yeah, that last game, after Sandra hit that, I mean, our bench erupted, and it was like, they came back. It was 4-2, and some may have got. I wasn't worried. I'm a pretty relaxed person, and I don't get too worked up. I mean, I don't know.
You let it play out.
Yeah, exactly, and then when she hit the second one, I was like, yeah, that's it.
And 8 runs out of 9 that she knocked in.
I mean, 8 RBIs in a championship game it's unheard of. I mean, just.
I'll just say it reflects on the coach. Definitely.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, any last words? Because we're going to do the rest of our regular show. We made a special time frame for you to get it all out. And if you got anything else to add, that's fine. If you want to recruit any others, tell them how to get a hold of you. Or
I mean, we'll start playing fall ball here, in a month or so. Probably
tell
about 6
weeks. Tell them who
to
look for. Tell them your name.
Look for me. I'll send out a thing to the middle school coach to get their names. But
okay,
you know, I just want to give a shout out to all the community that followed us throughout the year. So, and all the parents. So I appreciate their support. So, and I appreciate you having me on the show. So.
You're so welcome. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
coming in tonight.
Absolutely.
To do it, and you tell your girls I'm a big fan of theirs. I didn't see them play, but I wish I did. Because I enjoy.
You can watch some of the games actually on some of the Trib Live. You can pull up Trib Live.
I was hoping I will watch them.
You can pull it up.
I guarantee, Coach.
Yeah.
I will watch them. I enjoyed my daughter's games and all that stuff.
Go to broadcast, and then you should be able to find us.
There, we got it here. This is it for Heather Scott. Thank you for being on Pittsburgh Sportsline and being one of my greatest guests. I want to share that.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, and we'll be back right after this commercial. This is live TV, folks. I was slightly confused. Nick's sitting next to me. And Connor, if he can pull a close-up on this. All right. What's on Your Mind is sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. I was just there today. Last night on the way to dinner, I got a flat tire on 19.
No.
Had to call AAA. They only took an hour and 5 minutes. Here, a nail. I ran over a nail on 19. And my spare, I was afraid to take it out because it's an 18-year-old vehicle. It was out of air. So the AAA guy came, pumped up the tire, got it there, went to Skeets today. They put a plug in the tire in the hole. Guess what? I ran on it all day. So thanks to Skeets. Call him up, 724-348-4715. He fixed my tire today. Go Skeets. And we do What's on Your Mind, Smoking Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
here's the wind-up.
You got to see Levine. What's on my mind is happy birthday, Al Levine, the talking machine.
Hey.
Let's pass down the gift from Pasta 2. Now I can speak Italian. They love me coming in there. Let's pass down the cake. And we got some silverware.
$250. Look, Connor, pull up on this. $250. Instead of betting it, he gave me a gift card.
Oh, you forgot. You didn't say the decimal point.
No, Chip, I was waiting for you to be my straight man.
And I got one knife. To cut the cake.
I didn't see the decimal. Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Chip. You were a perfect straight man, brother.
Get that eggplant. and that's what's on my mind. That's the only thing on my mind is Al Levine's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Where'd you get this from?
From Giant Eagle.
Oh, we get their buttercream.
But I didn't know about your interview or I'd have got writing on it. I said, just hand it to me. I'm running late, man.
Hold it. I can't even cut it open here.
I don't think it's...
It's taped.
We got a knife.
Here, give me a knife.
There you go.
Sorry, folks. Live TV. Oh, it's in plastic.
He's got silverware.
Yeah.
Bendable-ware. All right.
No expense. I'd cut no expense.
And you know this is all free stuff. Except for the cake. Did you get me white batter?
Oh, that's the only thing I eat.
That's what I eat. My son got me a great cake today. Wow.
Ooh.
I don't know how to
and
even
welcome
get
back,
this.
Connor.
They
we
wrote
missed
happy
you, buddy.
birthday, Alan, in invisible ink.
Yeah. I got I got your Green Bay Packer colors. I know Green Bay is your team.
My first team. Steelers, I believe, black and gold. Look at this invisible ink. Happy birthday. Happy 65th birthday. I don't lie about my age.
There's no way.
The talking machine.
Nobody's going to believe that.
Well, it's the truth, folks.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you I'm an honest man like the honest man at the end. And I'm going to cut a slice for everybody. I prefer a corner, so I'm going to grab a rose.
I'll have the birthday writing on October 11th, your other birthday.
Smoking Jim and all you fans, that is our official anniversary of Pittsburgh Sportsline, so the nonsense can't continue. Whoa, let me pull this piece out. Look at that. Pardon my fingers, I need a fork.
Yeah, I've been part of the nonsense since episode 3.
Yes, welcome aboard, and thank you for being
on. You want
on.
some napkins?
I'll need
I'll
some.
probably, yeah.
Some napkins.
Yeah, we do.
You think you could have got smaller ones?
That wasn't me, man. I didn't get the,
You could have got
can't
smaller
blame-
ones,
you
but
can't
I don't
blame
know how.
You can't blame me for that. But that cake looked
Oh,
good.
my.
Make sure my man Corner
Here,
gets
Chip.
some.
Give me more plates. Here's some for Chip. I know he's a chocolate guy, but
Corner's chocolate?
Chip.
Oh, okay.
Chip is.
I'm worried about Corner.
We'll get smoking on this one. Thank you, Smoking Jim. I appreciate
you're
it, buddy.
welcome.
My BFF came through.
Yay.
Who knew? Who knew? All right, pass that down to Smoking. Nick, I'll give you a
Give me that
little
white.
rose here.
Yay.
Whoa. You got everything going on here.
You like white cake, Nick?
I do.
He does now. Other plates, Chip.
Yeah, we need the Corner,
Hand me a couple more.
Anthony,
Anthony's on
Anthony's
vacation.
not
and
here.
Dan the Man.
Anthony's on vacation.
Anthony's enjoying this.
Oh, he got time.
He's enjoying the sunshine
He told
and
us
good
last
food.
week,
yeah.
but you
Connie
weren't
on Lake.
listening.
He got did
You
he?
weren't listening to him. He did say he was going to be away.
Want to toss me a fork?
He's soft smoking. You toss a fork to
Oh, you-
Nick.
Nick,
Give me,
All right,
give me
Connor.
that black fork.
you sure you don't want a white one?
Here you go. Oh, a bad throw. Oh, I'm my pitch.
Here, I'll give you the white one.
Give me the white one, man.
Or can we pass the cake to him?
I guess
And
we're
what
just-
about Dan the Man?
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, here's a fork for Dan.
Thanks, Chip. You're a great assistant here.
I do.
You're
Pittsburgh,
multitasking,
I
buddy.
do it. I do what I can. You know.
Well, we better start in what's on your mind,
What's on my mind?
Chip.
Well, Jim, good job on the cake. Alan, happy birthday. It's great to
Thank
be
you.
back. Couple of weeks off. Recharged my batteries.
Great. You look strong.
And in the
Hold it. Officially, how many lobsters? Tell me again.
Well, Thursday night we only had 31 lobsters for dinner.
Wow.
Okay, that was just Thursday night, but we ate lobster every day. Beautiful state of Maine. If you haven't ever been there, go.
I haven't.
Go.
Wow. I'll have to put
Okay?
it on the bucket
That's
list.
that's my advice. But what's on my mind? Lots going on in the game of baseball, isn't there?
Oh.
Oh yeah, we're talking about spin rates. We're talking
They're way
about
down.
exit velocity. You
You name
so I applaud what Major League Baseball has done. They warned the players that they were going to crack down. They investigated. They got all of the data that they needed, and they determined that nobody's allowed to use anything anymore. And it used to be that you were allowed to use pine tar or rosin in a combination of rosin and sunblock to help grip the ball. But as it turns out, there were a number of players that were cheating. Oh my goodness. Can you believe that? And the ones that were the
Look
most
next to
vocal,
you.
the
Look
ones that
next
were
to
the
you.
most vocal about it were the ones that were cheating the most, were two former Pirate pitchers who, after they left the Pirates, suddenly became
Superstars.
superstars.
Who's the second one?
What's that?
Cole and who else?
Glasnow.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he was complaining like
Yeah,
nobody's
well,
business.
you know what?
And Cole couldn't answer the question, yes or no.
No, because he didn't
He
want to
gave a
lie.
paragraph.
His nose would have grown.
Right.
So anyhow, I applaud what Major League Baseball's doing. I think it's going to make the game better. Now that they have worked on eliminating the illegal substances used on the ball to increase its spin rate, maybe now coaches can start teaching players how to hit again and make the game more enjoyable to watch. Because tell me, what is more enjoyable to watch? A game with 15 hits or a game with 15 strikeouts per team?
It depends if you enjoy pitching.
I like pitching.
I like pitching, but we also like hitting too. And hitting doesn't always have to be home runs. You can score more runs without hitting home runs than you can with. So, just my humble opinion. That's what's on
On
my
one
mind.
at bat, for sure. Thank you, Chip. I appreciate that. By the way, before we go for Nick, I got to show one scoop. Connor. Ready?
Yeah.
Thank you, Smoking Jim. Delicious.
So good.
Even though it's invisible ink, I appreciate it.
We all appreciate you, buddy.
All right. What's on your mind? Nick Callis.
Oh, the cake's on my mind and Olive Oil's Pizzeria. That pizza's so
How
good.
could you not? What a night.
It's so good. It's already gone.
Did it drop on the floor?
No, it's in my mouth.
I had asked.
On my stomach.
I had to ask. Good job.
Sports. So I saw a report this morning from Major League Baseball that Corey Dickerson got traded from the Marlins to the Blue Jays, and I still don't know who the Pirates got for him a couple years ago, so that's interesting.
I believe he left as a free agent.
He got traded to the Phillies before he went into free agency. The joke was, though, the Pirates got very little for him that, like, I still can't even research and figure out exactly what they got for him, but he was one of the best players in 2018 and when he left in 2019, so poor Pirates.
So you would say, so what you're insinuating is in that the last regime did a really poor job of trading and developing talent.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't have jobs anymore.
Right, well, that is true. Yeah, Neil Huntington's gone. Yeah, good point. Yeah, well. Yeah, that's true. I guess I can't really complain because the new regime's in there. But, yeah, nothing exciting going on in Pirate Land. What's that?
Give me a voice message.
No, that's my dad.
Is that your dad? Wow. He gave me a voice message.
We can listen to that
Y'all
later
got the
on.
same last name.
Your uncle,
Yeah, we do have the same last name.
your brother.
His dad.
But I'm thinking of sticky substances, so I'll go into more detail later about what happened over the past week as it relates to that some more. But, yeah, the Pirates are still not good, and that makes me sad. And the Blue Jays have a better outfit now that Corey Dickerson's in it. And tough. All right. That's what's on my mind.
Oh, thank you. What's on my mind is olive oils, to copy Nick, cake. I still thought it was $250. I mean, he says every day that's $250. Look at that.
$250.
Pirates been hammering me lately. Hammering me.
Well, there you go. Thanks for not betting $250 today, only $225. And I will enjoy my eggplant parmesan and pasta too. Definitely. Thank you, Smoking Jim. Can't thank you enough. I forgot what's on my mind, but one issue that came up to me is this new pitcher that came in, Kranick. Mm-hmm. He had 15 straight outs. He had a no-hitter for 5 innings. And Chip and I have talked about it, and Nick has talked about it somewhat with the pitch counts and things like that. He was done after 5 innings. And
5 innings in a 1-hour rain delay.
okay.
That's the reason why he only was.
I was going to ask, because I didn't watch the game.
I was watching the game, and I'll tell you what, the kid performed very well, and he was really, really pumped up. 72% strikes.
Right.
He was dealing. There was a rain delay, and the umpires told them it's going to be over an hour. And at that point, the manager decided that's it. They wanted him to keep his arm loose.
Well, safety. You got safety with
Well,
that.
and that's the thing. And because they have to think, with Max Kranick, they have to think in the long term, not the short term.
Oh, yeah.
And he was.
No, I'm for this, but I didn't know that all the details, and glad to hear about the hour delay, because I would have liked to have seen him come out for the 6th inning. And just to see that, and then in this day and age, they usually do 6 innings, 7 innings, then you're out.
50 pitches in 5 innings. 50 pitches is like 1 inning for Mitch Keller.
Yes. Great point. So here's my hope. I've been hoping that we find some good players down on the farm. So we seem to have one good player potential on the farm. So I'm not worried he went back to the farm. And, he's not back here right now, but he'll be back. We'll see him again. And we'll be back with some fiction and fact from Smokin' Jim's Almanac.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. My main man is back. Chip Hayner, the VIP of BPTV. Nicky Boy is in the house.
Nicky Boy now.
And I tell you what, man, me and Corner is still the only two wearing the Nikes. Them as fresh as heck, Corner. My man, and Dan the man, my soul brother, is working it out for us on the 1s and 2s. Appreciate you, Dan.
Why didn't you talk about his hair? You always talk about Anthony's hair.
Well,
I got to put a disclaimer out on that.
He got the best afro in Bethel Park, man.
Thank you.
But I'm going to pay.
Thanks, Dan, for having me.
Al Levine, the talking machine.
Yes.
I'm going to pay it forward. Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Chip moved off his segment, so I'm going to move off my segment to give more time to my man Chip. We miss you, buddy.
Oh, what a sacrifice. That's so sweet.
Hold it, folks. Disclaimer. He's eating cake. He went to eat cake. I couldn't hold back or hold it in. He didn't even waste a second. He had cat-like reflexes, grabbed the plate without dropping the cake, and he has a fork in his mouth with cake. Chip, you're honored. Go ahead.
Well, one of the things that I have done repeatedly on this show in the number of years that I've been here, and what's that going on?
It'll be our 10th year, so.
10 years we've been doing this show. And this is one of the most significant events that ever happened in the game of baseball.
Whoa.
And I thought it's something that will never happen again.
Is it a streak?
It would be a streak. And
Because I listen to you each year.
And the streak is 70 years old today. Or
Yeah,
right
it started,
now, 70 years old this year. I think back onto the summer of 1941, and of course it was 19 years before I was born,
Yes.
as being one of the greatest summers in Major League Baseball
It's
history.
been written up that way.
You know?
Yes.
It was the last time anybody hit over 400 in a season. Ted Williams.
Right.
Ted Williams batted over 400 for the season, played in the last game of the year. He could have sat out, and his batting average would have been 401. And he played a doubleheader, and his batting average was, I believe, 408.
Yeah, it went up.
You know, for the season, he did what you're supposed to do. Instead of sitting on his laurels, he went out and played ball because he's a ball player.
Right.
But the person that won the MVP award that
Shocking.
year was not Ted Williams, believe it or not. It was Joe DiMaggio and his 56-game hitting streak. And I want to pay tribute to that because his hitting streak started on May 15th, 1941, and it ended on July 16th.
Right.
1941. And some of the things that were significant about his 56-game hitting streak, he had 91 base hits in 223 at-bats for a 408 average. He had 55 runs batted in during that period, and his hit count included 15 home runs. His 56 runs scored matched the number of games of his streak. In the final 11 games, DiMaggio had a 545 average with 24 hits and 44 at-bats.
And Smoking Jim, that's like hitting 1 out of every 2 times.
DiMaggio faced the Browns and White Sox 12 times each during the season, the most of any American League opponent.
Wow.
The Athletics and Senators were the least common foes, with the Yankees having played each team 5 times. However, DiMaggio had his highest batting average against the Athletics, hitting .524 against them. The Yankees moved up significantly in the American League standings during the streak. Before it started, they were 5.5 games out of first place. By the time it ended, the Yankees had improved to 56 and 27 for the season and were on top of the American League by 7 games over the Indians. The record during the streak was 41 and 13 with 2 ties. You know, one of the and I need to check this, but I believe during the streak that DiMaggio struck out, I believe, 15 times.
That's it.
15 times. And
He had
it's
15 home runs.
a pretty
too.
significant accomplishment when you think about it. Why did I bring this up today? Because I have been talking about the lowest batting average the major leagues have seen since 1968.
Tell them what it is.
And it was 238. And 238 forced Major League Baseball to lower the mound in 1968 because they felt that the pitchers had too much of an advantage. And even though there's been some shenanigans going on with foreign substances on the balls, I do believe that the hitters are culprits as well in the lowering of the batting averages. And I think that, you know, the way that players are being taught to hit needs to change.
Yes.
I mean, I watch somebody like Brian Reynolds for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and if you're watching him right now, 13-game hitting streak going on. This young man hits the ball hard to all fields, and guess what happens? Occasionally it goes out of the park. Okay?
And he plays defense, too.
Well, he's a ball player.
Yeah.
He's a complete
All-around
ball player.
Yeah.
And, and he's somebody that the Pirates got when they traded Andrew McCutchen.
Yes.
So
the torch was passed.
But so, for all the bad trades they made, and we could always talk about Chris Archer and what we gave up to get him.
I forget.
And what he accomplished with the Pirates, but some trades were better than others.
Yes.
So just tip my hat to Joe DiMaggio, his 56-game hitting streak. It will never happen again. This is a record that will not be broken.
Chip, I concur with you like I have each year, and we'll give it to a nonsensical question. Go ahead, Smokin.
Just if you don't mind, Chip, just a correction. It was 80 years ago, not 70.
Correct. What? My math is bad.
No, that's all right.
And you know what?
Make a mistake.
That's a gateway education.
Unbelievable.
That's a gateway math.
Disclaimer. This is the first time ever on Pittsburgh Sportsline that a gateway grad, a.k.a. Smokin' Jim Frazier, come up with a correct mathematical equation.
You did math.
Yeah. But one question.
That was one time in 10 years. Let me emphasize, once.
I need a favor, and I know my good friend Nicky Boy will back me up on this.
No, he won't.
Not if you're calling me that.
We got a request for next week. A request for next week, and I know I've talked to Connor, and Connor is backing me on this one.
When did you talk to Connor? He's been away for 2 weeks.
Can we please do the 41-game hitting streak by Pete Rose next week? I think that's a phenomenal feat. 41 hits.
It was 44, but there's that
44.
gateway math.
44 hits.
And yeah, but
Can
you
we
know
do it
what?
next week, Chip?
Smokin' Jim, I'll give you a little tease on it. They were all singles that he hit.
Well, here's the only problem I have with that. I'm going to talk about the records made by people that are in the Hall of Fame.
Great point, Chip. We're going to move forward, and like I said, nonsensical. How did I do, folks? I'm a little bit psychic. We're going to move on to our next segment with Nick.
Very important positions. Chip, I just realized that I can see your face. This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
First time. Very nice. Magical
I
moment.
am a handsome devil, aren't I?
That's just it. Yes, sir.
Even without the mask, he's still white.
Disclaimer from Smokin' Jim. With the delay to the show, when I interviewed Heather, this is the longest streak. Smokin' Jim set new records on this show. Longest streak for the race card to come out. We got 13 minutes left on the show. And I'm just stunned by it. I don't know if we can continue, but carry on, Nick.
Yeah, I'll keep this.
Not Nicky, boy. You're still Nick to me.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Max Scherzer got checked a lot last week, and I remember I wanted to talk about this, but it happened so early in the week.
Bring it up.
From last time. Yeah. No, I mean, pitchers getting routinely checked now for foreign substances, which is fine. They checked him once in the first inning, after the first inning, and once in the third inning. He was still pitching well, and he's one of the best modern pitchers today, in my opinion. But then in the fourth inning, Joe Girardi, in his old manager ways, came up. And he's actually one of the younger managers of baseball. But anyway, he came up, and he was like, we need to check him because he's touching his hair a lot. And then he ended up getting taunted by another coach in the Nationals dugout, and Joe Girardi left the dugout, which was interesting. I've never seen a manager just run out of the dugout and like, hey, you want to go? You want to go? And it was.
You never saw Earl Weaver, did you?
Yeah, you missed early baseball and even going back.
No, but I mean, usually a manager, it's etiquette to call time and then go out. I feel like Weaver had time, but Girardi went out and when the game was still going on.
You didn't get the chance to witness what we did, and not bragging about it, but even before us, that would go on normally. Managers, they were almost fighting.
There was, if you get a chance,
Billy Martin.
look up Leo DeRocher. They called him Leo the Lip. He was a manager. He managed the Cubs.
Fiery guy.
Oh boy.
And Billy Martin. If you want to check another guy,
he would fight
Billy
his.
Martin.
He would fight. He and Reggie Jackson got into it in the dugout.
Yeah, classic. Look at that stuff. No, the newer generation with different rule changes and so-called etiquette and whatever else changed that. But that used to go on. We saw it so many times, we took it for granted.
Oh, yeah, it's foreign to me. I just remember, even me being an umpire, I always, coaches usually are just like, time, Nick, and then so. I mean, even if I'm about to get yelled at, they'll be like, time. I'm coming
No, they never waited.
Upset. That's interesting. Well, then, yeah, maybe I'll go do some research on that. But I think it's not good for the game when you're too excessive with the checking of the foreign substances for pitchers. Max Scherzer has established himself as being good, and I don't think that he's somebody that you need to check over and over and over again. And Girardi made the claim that he's never touched his hair like he was. But I also saw Scherzer was kind of licking his fingers, or he had his fingers in his mouth a little bit to do whatever, but you're not going to lick your fingers if you have nasty, sticky stuff on your hands. So just relax a little bit. We got to find a happy medium here. If he's getting checked, great. If they don't find anything, then that's okay. But let's not get excessive with it because it's not. I don't think it's good for the game. Well, and that's my opinion.
We appreciate your opinion there. We shall see what happens. That's all.
On another note, if I may interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead. You can add to it.
I said that there's a lot going on in Major League Baseball right now. Kyle Schwarber.
Yes.
We remember that name from the wild card play-in game when the Cubs played the Pirates.
Yes.
He hit that home run that still hasn't landed.
Yes.
He hit another leadoff home run. He has now had 16 home runs in 18 games.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
He's getting close to setting the record for most home runs in a month.
He did break the franchise record with the Nationals. I saw that.
Yeah, well,
he hit more than Bryce Harper in a single month.
First at bat of the game tonight, hit another leadoff home run.
Wow, that's shocking. But
that is exceptional.
He's doing really well this year.
No doubt. Well, we're going to be ending this show soon, so we'll go to my segment right now. On location, we got about
9 minutes.
9 minutes. We got some time, so I can add something, and then we'll close out with some stuff. On location, Smokin' Jim, special shout out to you. Mike Murray called me the other day, and he goes, "Hey, do you got time to talk?" I go, "For you, Mike, anytime." He goes, "Can you first ask Smokin' Jim to start wearing my T-shirt again? I need the publicity." And you brought it out tonight. We'll have to take a picture of that, and I'll show him that. We'll have to get Connor on the camera. He's been a good man on the camera. We'll do that when we end, so just sit there. And then he asked me another question. He goes, "Would you guys be interested in announcing boxing on August 7th at Monsville Prison?"
Yes.
And I said yes. And he goes, "Your boy Mike Manna will be there." And I had such a day. This was a day ago. Mike Manna called me up to talk. We talked for an hour. Mike Murray had talked to me for an hour before, asking me about the fights the next day. So I talked to both of those guys, and then he told me about the fights coming up August 7th. Monsville Prison was shut down. It's not a prison. They've done boxing and MMA. Smokin' Jim and I have been honored to be invited there. Jim Frio, our man down there, invited us again to do a show there.
Does Jim remember the way?
Ooh.
Chip, the only thing I'm praying because in August, we get some sunny days. And I'm worried seriously about the sun. And I had my son, I was down to one pair of sunglasses, so he bought me 3 pairs. So I'll bring an extra pair with me, because when he goes, "Have you ever seen the sun like this?" I'll go, "Yes, here's a pair of sunglasses."
Yeah, and the next thing you know, you'll end up in Tennessee.
Well, it's an adventure. When we get on 79 near Washington, that exit that comes up to Washington, it's an adventure, folks. And
should have made a left at Albuquerque.
I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be a 6 o'clock night, Smokin' Jim. So you'll have to come in my house at noon, just so we get there on time. And he also said, "You'll like this, Smokin' Jim." He goes, "I'm also going to make sure we get food for you and Smokin' Jim and your cameraman."
Yes.
So we'll see if Nick can fit it in his busy schedule. So,
Me?
Yeah, you do camera work?
I do.
Well, welcome aboard.
If I interject with some
Yes, you can add that.
breaking news?
Yes.
Pittsburgh Sports News. Sidney Crosby was up for the Ted Lindsay Award.
Give me good news.
Unfortunately, I can't. The Ted Lindsay Award, which goes to the most outstanding player, is determined by a vote of the NHL Players Association. Crosby is one of 3 finalists, along with Edmonton's Connor McDavid, who won, and Toronto's Austin Matthews. So, unfortunately, Sid came in second.
He deserved it.
Unbelievable.
Well, you know, I mean, I look at it.
He's a 200-foot player.
I look at it this way. Sid's team made it to the playoffs. McDavid's didn't. Who's more outstanding?
Exactly.
Good point.
Great point there.
McDavid.
All right, we're just going to do an open discussion with less than 5 minutes, and we'll just talk some sports here. You know,
well, that's the subject that I'm sure Jim has an opinion on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about David DeCastro. What happened with the Steelers and David DeCastro? I want your take.
Well, first of all, I've never been a fan of David DeCastro. I don't like finesse football players, but he had a great career. But I've been saying the last 3 or 4 years after Mike Munchak left that David DeCastro has been really a liability on the offensive line. But all the sports writers, everybody kept making the Pro Bowl. They say he's doing great. But now they're coming up with the Castro's people saying he's been injured the last 3 years with that ankle. So
well, and the interesting thing is they're considering a non-football related injury because he played the last 12 games of the season last year. Never once showed up on the injury report with an ankle injury, and he said his ankle's been injured since January of 2020. So, you know, basically it's listed as a non-football related injury, which absolves the Steelers of having to pay the bills for it. You know, so he's going to get surgery. I think, you know, he may not play again.
He's done.
You know,
yeah, most likely he's done.
You know, if you think of it this way, was he completely open and honest with the Steelers about the extent of his injury? And had the Steelers known that he couldn't play football this year prior to the draft, would they have made some different decisions when drafting?
Good point.
Because
they would have talked to Smoking Jim.
Because this year's draft was very strong for offensive linemen. Am I not right?
Probably the deepest year ever for offensive
Right. Now, I'll just share this, Chip. Most players and teams don't tell the extent of injuries. We see it traditionally in hockey, upper body injury, lower body injury, and we know they broke a leg or an ankle or, you know, they got hit in the head.
So what do you think about this, the guy they signed to take DeCastro's place, Trey?
Well, the thing is, he was a great player at one time.
Was.
Last year, he did nothing.
He was injured.
Yeah, he was supposedly injured. The team didn't fight too hard to keep him after only 1 year having him. So if he's anywhere near where he used to be, yes, but he may be damaged goods.
I think the upside of that might be the fact that he's only getting paid $3.5 million for this year.
That ain't bad.
Okay, so they got him for 1 year at $3.5 million. So if he wants to get another contract, he's going to return to his Pro Bowl form.
Yeah.
Okay, so could that be the motivation for him? And is he finally healthy? You know,
That's a two-pronged thing, yeah.
I mean, you know, they saved, and I've heard numbers from anywhere from $8.5 to $15 million.
I did too.
By releasing DeCastro. You know, they could use that to get an edge rusher, which is something they you know, there are some free agents out there, and the Steelers do need backup on the edge.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt about it. Hey, Tony from Chick-fil-A, he said, happy birthday to the guy whose hair is never out of place, Al Levine, the talking machine. Next time you grab something to eat, come in to dine. We are open inside. Tony, I'll be there. I love Chick-fil-A. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I think we're under a minute or so we got to go officially or unofficially?
No, actually, we're coming up on the 1 minute mark now.
Okay, we're down to about a minute. Anybody have any closing remarks? Smoking Jim, you've been quiet tonight. It's a rare thing. Just take another bite and then we'll pass you out.
No closing remarks.
Eat that pizza. Wow, he bit a finger, folks. Chip, anything to close with? Any update on anything?
I'll be down at PNC Park this Saturday, you know, watching the Buccos full capacity. Now, do I
Nice.
believe that the stadium's going to be full this weekend? Probably not. No, let's be realistic.
Chip is realistic.
But-
well, you have a fun time there.
Oh, absolutely.
We're starting to get
It's
down
gonna
to
rain out. It'll be a rain out.
It's all right.
Mr.
Go Pirates.
Mr. Positivity,
I got waterproof skin.
VIP Nick, anything?
Go Pirates.
Go
I hope they do
Pirates.
better.
Al Levine, the Talking Machine, says, thanks for watching. See you next week. Please stay Joey strong.